Los Angeles sci-fi horror film, A Quiet Place snuck its way back to the top of the North American box offices over the weekend, beating out noisier action flick, Rampage, industry estimates showed other day. A Quiet Place, an almost wordless Paramount production, stars actor-director John Krasinski and real-life wife Emily Blunt as a couple silently struggling to protect their family from invading aliens that are blind but can track their prey by sound. The film took in $22 million for a total of $132.4 million since opening atop the box office early this month. Fallen from the top spot to number 2 was Rampage, starring hard-working Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as a primatologist who befriends an albino gorilla, which grows to enormous size after a rogue experiment and then teams with Johnson to stop invading monsters. Naomi Harris co-stars. The video game-inspired Rampage took in $21 million for the weekend for a total of $66.6 million in 2 weeks, against a budget of $120 million. In third place was I Feel Pretty, an Amy Schumer film about a self-conscious woman who suffers a head injury and subsequently sees herself as beautiful, which made $16.2 million on its debut weekend. In fourth was Super Troopers 2, the long-awaited sequel to the 2001 film about a ne'er-do-well group of cops, in which the protagonists are tasked with replacing a Mountie unit in a Canadian town that is found to be part of the U.S. The partially crowd-funded film made $14.7 million on its first weekend. In fifth was Truth or Dare, a supernatural thriller starring Lucy Hale and Tyler Posey as spring breakers caught up in an innocent game that turns deadly. The film made $7.9 million on its second weekend. Page 2 Los Angeles horror thriller, A Quiet Place, a movie featuring barely 3 minutes of dialogue, made a resounding debut in North American theaters over the 3-day weekend, taking in an estimated $50 million, industry tracker Exhibitor Relations said other day. That gave the Paramount film the second highest domestic opening of the year, behind only the Disney, Marvel blockbuster, Black Panther, and one of the top openings ever for a horror flick. A Quiet Place is built around a simple but chilling premise. Flesh-eating creatures have invaded Earth, but they are blind and can track their prey only by sound. So actor-director John Krasinski, his wife in the film and in real life, Emily Blunt, and their children must adapt through sign language and ingenious adaptations, or die. The film has drawn rave reviews, with a 97% Rotten Tomatoes rating. Last week's box office leader, Steven Spielberg's Ready Player One, a futuristic homage to films of the 1980s, came in second this weekend at $25.1 million. The Warner Brothers film tells the story of a teenage gamer, Wade Watts, who finds himself inside an addictive virtual reality world. In third was another new release, Universal's Blockers, at $21.4 million. A raunchy comedy starring John Cena and Leslie Mann, the movie drew considerable buzz at the South by Southwest Film Festival. Still flourishing in its 8th week out, Black Panther netted $8.4 million for 4th spot. Already the highest-grossing superhero film in U.S. history, its cumulative total in the U.S. and Canada now exceeds $665 million. The film stars Chadwick Boseman, Michael B. Jordan and Lupita Nyong'o. In fifth was faith-based drama, I Can Only Imagine, from Roadside Attractions, at $8.4 million. The movie, starring J. Michael Finley as lead singer in a popular Christian band, was made for a modest $7 million and now has a North American net of $69 million.